Hi everyone, my name is John Alexis Guerra Gomez, and in this video I'm going to provide a little introduction to my database management systems course. If you have questions and want to learn more about it, feel free to reach out to me. You can find all the information on johnguerra.co, my website. So basically in this class, the first thing you're going to do is to understand the importance of databases. Whenever you're using any sort of application, you're usually going to be facing a client-side application. That can be either on your cell phone or a browser or even a full stack application or a full native application on your computer. And in any of those cases, usually that client base is going to be backed by something called a backend or a server application that goes behind, that usually it's connecting to one or more databases. So in this class, what we're going to understand is how to create those databases and a little bit about those backends so we can actually create this full stack solution for users. So in the course, we are going to go all the way from how to understand a problem, extract what are the main characteristics from those problems, and in terms of what is the data that needs to be stored. We are also going to learn different conceptual models that can be created out of those that you can use to show the users and to confirm with them that you have understood what they need to do, or what they need you to do rather, and then start creating different logical models that will depend on what type of database architecture you choose. So it can either be relational or document-based or in-memory for the ones that we're going to be using in class, and many more depending on different solutions that exist nowadays. And then using those, you actually go to a physical one that is the one that you actually implement. And speaking of that, this class is going to be a project-based class. What that means is that it's going to be a lot of practical work where you're going to be building real-world applications, focusing a lot on the backend. Making sure that you know how to create a SQL database, probably using SQLite or maybe PostgreSQL, depending on the class. And then from there, we are also going to move to other types of databases, like document databases, we're using Mongo, and then in-memory databases for super fast applications, like using different systems like Redis. Depending on your interest, we can also look at some other architectures. So I'm always looking for dynamic classes that change like that. The other thing that is very important and is very interesting is that we are going to be building full stack applications. What that means is that even though our focus is going to be on the backend, we are still going to be reusing a lot of starting code that I'm going to provide to you, written in Node.js using Express and HTML5. So you can actually have an application that you can show off your potential employers or that you can use for actually solving a real problem that you have with data. So this is very good for your portfolios. So that way you can have more things to demonstrate, like all the concepts you learn in the class. Apart from that, it's very important to understand that this is a flipped classroom. What that means is that we have a lot of contents pre-recorded on Canvas, especially for all the theoretical concepts, and then we are still going to be meeting weekly to discuss like the most advanced things and different questions you might have about the projects, and maybe to do some demonstrations on how you can get started with different elements. We are also going to be having homeworks and quizzes as part of the grading. So in terms of requirements, there are not that many. I still need you to know how to code, but I don't expect you to be a master in any of these technologies. I'm going to walk you through all of this, and regardless of where you're starting from. But I need you like good basics on coding. Apart from that, you just need to bring a lot of enthusiasm and hard work. It's going to be a lot of work, at the very least 15 to more than 20 hours a week. So if you don't have that type of availability, maybe this is not the course for you. And finally, you have to tolerate my jokes, which tend to be really bad. But apart from that, it's going to be a great course. So if you have questions, feel free to reach out. Again, just go to my website, johnguerra.co, and you can find all my contact information. And we're looking forward to having you in the course.